And at what point is he going to stop villainizing Spencer and his experience? Like, Spencer's worked hard to be where he is. What have you done? How about we think about that? How about we think about that? Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. What's up? I missed you guys so much. I know I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but it wasn't intentional. It's just like, as I've said before in many of my videos, like, I'm a senior in college, I work 2 jobs, and I don't know how to take a break. So it's like, stuff got caught up to me, and then I was sick. And I just couldn't make a video because I was just had to rest, whatever that means. But I'm so excited to be back because can you guess what video is coming? Can you guess? Can you guess? It's an all-American video. No shocker here, but I'm happy to break it to you. My show is back. So what I said about like this turning into an all-American channel is true. Like, now that April 1st has passed, it's true. This is an all-American channel. Get seated, get comfortable, because that's what we're going to be talking about mainly until something more interesting comes along, okay? So, and it comes in perfect time too, because I haven't really been watching anything. I've kind of just been rewatching old shows and stuff like that. So this kind of comes at a perfect time for new commentary. It's not new for us because my last, like, what, 5 videos, my last, like, 2 videos have been all-American related. Don't jump me. But anyways, so I'm so excited that season 6 is now starting to premiere so that we have something to talk about. So I won't waste no time on the introduction. Let's get straight into season 6, episode 1 of All American. So this time, don't worry guys, I came prepared and I wrote my notes on my phone. I know I keep saying I have to write notes, but this time, don't worry. The sickness, it got me right this time. And I did what I said I was going to do. So we're going to be talking about Things Done Changed. That's the title of the first episode of season 6. Now, I like thought long and hard about how I was going to do these videos. Because with my last video, the one about reliving Spilivia, which thank you guys for the support on that one. I was fighting for my life editing that video because every time I tried to upload it, something else would get flagged for copyright. And so I don't know if many of you noticed, but even like some of the major Spilivia scenes that I really wanted to like go into, I ended up getting flagged for that. So I had to edit all the videos. So it's like at that point, the video was no longer reliving Spilivia. It was just reliving All American and those other characters. I'm like, that's not what we came here for. So anyways, so I don't want to like go and do another like in-person live reaction to anything yet until I figure out my way around the copyright battles. Okay, because it was a battle for me. It was a battle just getting that video out. So for this, I kind of just want to like I really to my core was really prepared to sit in front of you guys and just only discuss this Bolivia scenes of the episode, which we still end up doing anyways, but I figure, okay, it's only right to talk about the other characters, I guess. But like guys, I reached this point in the season where it's like I'm only there for them. I'm only there for them. So I kind of be fake about that. But I guess we'll get into the other characters because they are there and they are like supporting this show and whatever. So against my will, we'll talk about stuff that's not having to do with Philipia. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go at first, character by character, talk about my impressions of them for the episode. And then we're going to talk about the more important themes and then we'll like jump into Spilivia like at the end. Okay, so let's talk about, I don't know if I should start with Spencer or like go work my way down. Okay, we're just gonna start off with Patience because that was like one of the big things from last season's episode, like the finale. So basically Patience was stabbed, as you remember, by Nico, and honestly guys, I thought she was gonna die. Like, I don't mean this in no bad way, I really just thought she was going to die or like have more severe wounds, you know? But she's back, guys. She's back, and she's like she's looking healthier than ever. I mean, me personally, she doesn't look like she's been stabbed. I mean, it's a year. There's been, oh, by the way, there's been a year time jump, a year and 3 months, a year and 3 months. So it's been a year in total since we last saw them, I think. Yeah, a year and 3 months, sorry, because Olivia did stay in England for 3 months, and then she came, and then she asked for another year. Okay, anyways, so Patience, she's giving like fresh, well, I can't even say fresh off the stab wound because it's been a year and 3 months, but basically she's still trying to like deal with that. So we got told like in the start of the episode while they were like setting up for Liv's party that the footage, the video footage like from the Ring doorbell, whatever, that Miko showed up to the house, like is not going to be used anymore, or it's like it's not going to be a valuable part of the case. It's got lost, something like that. Like, and for me personally, I feel like this storyline is just, it's not really, I don't want to say I'm tired of it, but like it's like if you watch All American for as long as like literally if you're at season 6, you've watched it all. So it's like we already seen people like get stabbed, like not stabbed, but shot, and like all these things, and like the ramifications of that, the aftermath, like winning the case, blah blah. So it's just like, do we really need to go for that again? Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. And so it's like, I don't know how I feel about this storyline specifically. Like, I'm glad Patience is okay. Like, don't get that twisted. Like, I did think like they were about to do away with her character real quick. But now that she's here, like, I still like that, the fact that she's wrong. But like, I feel like I kind of wish they would have taken her storyline just like a little bit in a different direction, you know, than this like crazy fan trying to kill her vibe, you know. I wish we would have gotten in more into like her process of like, since like her storyline is music, I kind of wish they would have like delved into like what it means to be a musician, like straight out of like high school trying to make it work. You know what I mean? Cause like, yeah, I used to like intern for like, you know, like this radio show for like music and stuff. And like those stories are cool to hear. Like I've like heard stories about like musicians like fresh out of high school, they wanted to make that work, and like the process of like signing with somebody and like what that means, like juggling, like maybe they're not in college or like they're juggling classes, like, you know, I just kind of want to see like that as opposed to like what we have been seeing. But that's not really a critique, that's just like, I don't know, I'm just tired of the whole trauma, like why'd she have to get stabbed? But Patience is there, and basically her whole thing is that like she's still like kind of processing that. So it's like further on you see like she's like still afraid to like perform, like she's not all the way back to like, you know, her post this traumatic event, which is normal. But like I just wish she wasn't really just going through this in general. But so that's for Patience. And then Coop, we haven't really delved into what Coop's really like about right now. Like basically Coop, everybody's been insinuating that Coop wants Patience back, which is like, what's new, guys? What's new? What's new? So, but Coop's kind of like from the standpoint of like not telling Patience because Patience already going through so much. And so Coop's just like trying to like give Patience her, like the space and whatever, and not tell her how she feels. But this particular like storyline of like keeping how I feel a secret, not pursuing Patience, makes me remember everything that Coop and Patience had to say when like Spilivia was going through their little will we or won't we, because of Liv's recovery. And Coop and Patience specifically was like, when Spencer was like, oh, we're not making a big deal, like her recovery is important, I don't want to mess that up. And Patience was like, was that your words or hers? So like clearly from Coop and Patience's point of view too, like you should just tell how you feel. Like, did Patience tell you she wanted space? Did Patience tell you, you know? So like use your own advice and just go and tell Patience you like her. Like what, you know? But I don't know what's happening with Coop outside of that. Like in the episode, she like started rapping again, like slave for her. You know, asshole, I'm saying nothing. You know, it's not my style, but never. I like that song, guys. call it a hot take, but that song, I added it to my playlist as soon as it premiered. I kind of bopped. It was a bop. What if I told you I was kind of different? It's a bop. Like, what do you want me to say? Okay, so going to Asher. Asher's in full, like, daddy mode right now. Okay? Like, he has a little Asher Jr. walking around, crawling around, like you say. And I kind of like this for the friend group. Like, I don't know, like, in my personal friend group, too, like, not that any one of us should be having babies right now. But we're always kind of like, oh, we wish we had a little baby. Like, just like to, like, you know, babies can, like, obviously babies are a lot of work, but, like, and, you know, there's more to come with that, there's more that comes to them than just a cute face. But we always just joke about that, like, especially if my friends that, like, are very much booed up, very much giving, according to Spencer, fake married. Like, we're always just like, have a baby, just so we can have a little baby in the friend group, you know? So I like that kind of vibe for them in the vortex, to be honest, having a little cute baby around. And you saw Spencer just, like, talking to the baby. I mean, like, yeah, like, of course you understand, like, obviously the baby doesn't understand anything. But it's just, like, a cute little scene, them watch the baby and everything is just so cute. But anyways, Asher's giving his student coach era, so he's just really, like, trying to balance that, being a dad. You know, Jamie as well, you can see that, like, she's trying to get back into work, but, like, she really just wants to be there for the baby, so it's like, but they're just trying to find that balance, which is cute, and I want to see more from them, and I want to see more from the baby. I like this storyline. And I want to see Spencer and Olivia watch baby. Yeah. We've seen Spencer, like, just looking at the baby, but, like, I want a full-on babysitting moment with the baby. So then moving on to Layla. Layla, at the top of the episode, we see that she's, like, having this new, like, opening, and turns out she, like, I don't know what that cafe is called. Was it called, like, the Crenshaw Cafe? I don't know what it's called, to be honest. But it shows that she bought out that cafe with this, like, investor dude, and she's turned it into, like, her new vibe, and it's called Layla's. Slay, like, I don't know why they called it that, but, like, this is not me bashing, but it's just like, why'd they call it Layla's? Like, just cause, like, it's hers, like, you know, like, why'd they agree to call it that? Like, but it's a cute name, Layla's. And yeah, so she's basically, like, going through, like, the processes, like, doing stock, making sure everything's perfect, and, like, on opening night, Patience is supposed to perform, which we, like, know from what I said earlier, she's unable to, but basically Layla's stressing about that, but we can see, like, that there's some underhanded, like, stress that's going on, that everyone's, like, even the guy that's, like, the investor, he notices, and he's like, what's tea? Like, why are you taking this so serious? Like, you were very excited about this, but now you're getting, like, stressed out about this, which is like, why are you stressed? Because we've already done all the work. And she's kind of just like, well, I want everything to be perfect for Patience. So that's what she was saying. But basically, we found out later in the episode that she's stressing about it and she wanted it to be perfect because she feels like she let down Patience in that whole era of Miko, and how she, like, felt like she let this happen. And I kind of just feel like I get what she means, but, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like everybody has to, in some way in this show, like, everybody reserves the right to, like, be responsible for their actions. And so I feel like this story itself is very, like, either complex. Like, nobody went to tell Miko to be a stalker fan, to be honest. Like, nobody told her to do that. So it's like, girl, that was very much Miko being, like, a crazy obsessive fan than, like, you really, you know what I mean? Like, yes, Layla was kind of, like, very, like, I feel like she didn't really, like, see where Patience was coming from for most of last season. She was just trying to be, like, a boss and just be like, do, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. And so I feel like, yes, the dynamics of their relationship kind of, like, allow for this, like, crazy stalker fan to, like, intrude. Yes, 100%. But Layla taking all the blame for it is kind of just like, girl, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's a circumstance that now we have to maneuver from. Like, we cannot dwell on this forever. You know? Kind of vibe. So Layla's going through that, and Jordan's like, oh yeah, nothing's wrong. And if something was wrong, she would have told me, right? But it's just like, do you not know your fiance better by now? Like, she was literally avoiding him, and he didn't think that something was wrong. Like, when Olivia came home, she was really like, gotta go, bye. So, like, so read the room. Read the room. Okay, so we talk about everybody else. Popping for Laura. Laura's now a professor at GAU, I guess. Slay for her. Slay for her. Give her slays. And so now let's get into the main event. So we have Spencer and Olivia. So basically, from the top of the episode, we see that Spencer is like in his gig. Like he is giving NFL realness and all the eyes are on him for the NFL draft. And so he's getting a little interview, like, he's rocking. But I guess his practice is not going as well. You know what I mean? Like the coach is like, you're not really at the top of your game, actually. So, like, what's going on here? So Spencer, like, leaves the interview. He's like, you know what? I'll be ready for the next game, but you should really go talk to Jordan. He's a part of this now. And then he, like, dips out. So the coach is like, what's tea? Like, Coach Kenny, he's like, what's tea? Like, are you so distracted because your girlfriend is coming back? And Spencer's like, no, you got it wrong. You got it twisted. This has nothing to do with my girlfriend. And then cut to the next scene. He's like, yeah, my girlfriend is the priority. Getting her a good welcome home party is the priority. And everybody get on their business and let's make this perfect. So Spencer's going like bridezilla, groomzilla about making this party very, very, very pretty and perfect for Olivia. Slay, Spencer, slay. Was it just me? Like, random side note. But those were a lot of colors to look at. I'm sorry, Spencer. But what was going on? Like, the banner was like orange and like all like different color flowers and like the streamers. Like, it was a little too much to look at for me personally. But I really, 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 really love Spencer's effort. Like, Spencer just gives obsessed my girl down. Like, he's so obsessed with her and is so... It just makes you want to bring a shed of tail because it's just like, he loves her so much. And like, just knowing Olivia from like day dot, like from first episode to like, she deserves. So anyways, Spencer's all like potty and everybody's like, sir, you need to calm down. And he's like, why would I have to calm down? Like, that's my girl. Like, you need to have it perfect. And Coop's just like, well, you haven't seen her in like a year and whatever. So like, wouldn't you want to be alone with her? And Spencer's like, you kind of read me. And Coop's like, yeah, like you need to like figure out what that is about, because why are you doing that? Why don't you want to be alone with her? Like, you don't want to be alone at this, you making this party so everybody can be with her. Then you try to convince her mom to come with you to come pick her up. Like, you really don't want to be alone with her. So then Spencer, I like that introspection about him, like Coop told him that, and immediately he was like, why am I doing that? Like some other people would have just shrugged it off, but he actually was like, why am I doing that? Like, you saw him talk to the baby and everything. He was like, why am I doing this? And that's very psych major of him. Because as a psych major myself, we love an introspection. We love a self-introspection. So I like that he did that, first of all. Hats off to you, Spencer. So then we find out from his internal dialogue that he's actually very scared to see her again. Because, boom, what we didn't know is that he went to go get her from England after her 3 months was up. So, like, wow, but at the end of her thing, he went to go get her to bring her back. Isn't that so boyfriend? That's so boyfriend behavior. Like, Spencer takes his roles very seriously. Like, he went to go get his girl all the way in London. Took a, how long is it going on? I don't know, 8-hour flight. Like, he was on that flight. And then he went all the way over there just to never leave her room. Like, that's a new type of obsession that needs to be studied. Like, he just wanted to be around her. He didn't care about, like, sightseeing, nothing. But basically, when he goes there, Olivia tells him, listen, babe, I want to stay. And he's like, what? And she's like, I love what I'm discovering here, da-da-da. So obviously, that's a flashback. Obviously, that he's here now without her. So obviously, he agreed. Like, he was like, okay, Slay, you can stay. But in this letter, she sends him a nice little letter. It's will be in their letters ever. Okay? Like, he had the letter and basically, like, she was basically telling him that, like, thank you for supporting me, even though I know it's hurting you. And, like, nothing will change. Like, it's gonna be okay. And Spencer's like, he's not buying that. He's not buying that. Like, he's trying to buy it, but he's not buying it. He's scared that what if she comes back and she don't want to be with him no more? Okay? But so basically, anyways, so that's happening there. And so let's like cross language. Like, we can't fully talk about Spencer or fully talk about Olivia, you know? So anyways, he's scared. Boom. Olivia comes back from London and she's like, I came back early because basically Spencer was planning this party 2 days in advance. Take notes, fellas, take notes. And so Olivia comes back. Everything's already all decked out. And she's like, oh, my bad. So anyways, she comes back. Layla sees her. Layla thinks she's breaking up. Oh my gosh. But it's just Olivia. All the door locks were changed after the whole Nico incident. And then, so Olivia basically catching up with Layla. She's like, oh, I think, like, I'm nervous to see Spencer. Like, what if everything's changed? Blah, blah, blah. So, you know, they still have the same mindset. But it's actually really good. And Layla's like, it's okay, da, 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 da. And then Jordan comes. Jordan and Liv have their little catch-up. Jordan tells, like, Liv, oh, what's going on in his life, blah, blah, getting married, blah, blah. He's a little bit of jealous of Spencer, da, 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 da. And then Olivia's like, well, I'm going to surprise Spencer at Layla's club. So then she gets to the club. Before Spencer walks in. He's stuck. He can't look away. And then, yeah, so Spencer's like frozen in time. And then he sees her and he's like, oh my gosh, like, is this for real? And she's like, yes. And he like notices her haircut. And then he's like, oh my gosh, it's like whatever. And then that one dude like interrupts him and he's like, what the fudge? Like, Spencer could have like punched him right there. And then I know that's for a fact. Like, why are you interrupting time with my woman? And then, like, yeah, whatever. And then Patience, like, Liv has to end up driving Patience home, da da da. So then we don't get to see him again until, like, after Liv goes back to the house and Spencer goes there to meet her. And he's like, why is this so awkward, da da da. And then they're like, okay, so we can ignore this or we can put all cards on the table. And from what we know from Olivia, yes, the communication is real, but Olivia is never the first person to really like put it all out there. You know, it takes a little bit of time for her to do that. So the fact that he was like, we can either ignore or put cards out there, and she was like, cards. And then she told him exactly like what was going through her mind, that like she only stayed in London because she loved who she was exploring there and she fell in love with herself. Like, and Spencer was like, he was ready to shed a tear. And basically he was like, okay. And she was like, but like old me and new me, yes, there are two different versions of me now, but both versions know that they love you, and that's clear to see. And Spencer was like, oh, you could see like the relief on his face. Like his hat kind of either dropped into his like bottom of his foot, or what happened is he got a little relief and he was like, oh, thank God she still loves me. So basically, they do a little, he was like, oh, okay. So I can't wait to like rediscover like the whole new you and everything. And he's like, well, nice to meet you, Spencer. The fact that they've reintroduced themselves so many times by now. And you know what's funny? I actually went back and watched their first scene together. And do you know they actually never introduced themselves to each other in that first scene? Like, he was never like, oh, hi, my name is Spencer James. And she was like, oh, my name is Olivia Baker. Like, you know, they actually just had like a nice little meet cute without like knowing who each other was. And I think that's kind of like so beautiful, you know? That kind of like they became friends without even really knowing each other's names. Well, I guess she knew his name, but like, you know what I mean? Like in their first very introductory scene, they never really said, oh, hi, my name is Spencer James. Hi, my name is Olivia Baker. And I feel like that's cool. Because like now it's like, wow, look at where they are now. And they kind of just like, they just kind of like fell into being friends and fell into being in love, you know? And I feel like that's kind of like symbolism. Anyways, so they like, you know, reconfirm their love, and they're like, yeah, I'm still obsessed with you, da 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 da. And then we're on this journey together, the two of us. And I love that. I love that my Olivia hat cannot. When I tell you, and I think I mentioned this in one of my videos too, like, I accidentally, because All American has been gone for so long, I accidentally have a class that happens at 7:05 to 9:35. So obviously I can't watch live. Like, don't piss me off. But I can't resist not knowing what's going on with my ship. So on Monday, don't tell the people, but I was like checking Twitter periodically, like during class, like just to see what happened. And that's real for me. And usually we have a break during that time, like a 10-minute break. So bet your bootsy I found those Bolivia clips on Twitter and I watched every single one of them. Because I just need to know what's going on with my ship at all times, even if I'm unable to. Anyways, so that's really like what happened in the episode with all the characters and whatever. And I just have some notes that I want to touch on about things that irritated me. Because there was some things that irritated me. This whole Jordan being jealous storyline, I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of it, okay? Because we've had this from like the first episode. Like, how long is it going to take Jordan to do the work? Like, I feel like Jordan has to realize, right? Like, two things can be true. Like, yes, he can be jealous of Spencer, but be introspective about that. Like, what's causing that for you? Because every time he's jealous of Spencer, it's like he's jealous of the things that Spencer has, but like, he takes it all on Spencer. You know what I mean? And it's like, why you have to keep doing that? Like, Spencer didn't do anything to you. He's just talented. Like, it's really just like it's a hater mindset. Like, I feel like it's one thing to be jealous of something that someone close to you has, because we're all human. Like, this is the psychology major coming out of me. But we're all human. So that's like, it's like, okay, yes, it's a bad thing to be jealous of your friends and stuff. Yes, but I'm saying human emotions, that's normal. But for him to then not make the distinction and take it all on Spencer is just ridiculous. Because he's not jealous of Spencer the person. He's jealous of the things that Spencer has and is attaining because of who he is. And I feel like that is just, like, for him to consistently always, like, fight with Spencer, pick a fight with Spencer every single season. Like, bro, Spencer is not the op in your story. You are the op. If you're jealous of how good Spencer is, how about you just do the work to be better? Huh? And it's like, it's not like Spencer's not trying to take him on the ride with him. Like, Spencer has not once tried to sabotage Jordan. But Jordan is consistently sabotaging Jordan every step that he takes. Like, let's run back the script. Like, who helped Jordan when he had his concussion and still trained, even though Spencer said it wasn't a good idea? And who took the flak for Billy being vexed with them because Spencer risked Jordan's life in practicing because of the concussion? Spencer risked his whole thing to help Jordan. And did he ever even really properly apologize for that? Probably he did, but it didn't suffice for me, personally. And I just feel like Spencer's always trying to help Jordan, and he's always like, just like, pretending like Spencer's not like a true brother to him. He's pretending like Spencer's not there for him. Spencer is his auntie. Spencer is literally, like, he's literally done nothing to you. So for the fact that he's always, like, trying to, like, I don't know. Like, it's just weird. It's weird. So I just wondered, at what point in the storyline are they going to make Jordan realize that he is the problem? And at what point is he going to stop villainizing Spencer and his experience? Like, Spencer's worked hard to be where he is. What have you done? How about we think about that? And so whenever the discussion comes up, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be on Jordan's side because he needs to stop doing this. When is he going to become a little more self-aware? Okay, and then the second thing that annoyed me was the fake marriage comment. Like, Spencer being like, oh, the first time around we went from 0 to fake married in 2 seconds. Are you watching the same show? Because if I remember correctly, it took exactly 3 seasons and 18 episodes for my ship to be together. First of all. That's a lot of time. And then when they finally got together, yes, they were dating and they were madly in love with each other, but you broke them up at the very end of that season. So exactly what was fake married about that? Except for the fact that, okay, yeah, they spent all the time together. But, what boyfriend and girlfriend doesn't? I know there's some iterations of relationships out there that they don't need to be with their boyfriends 24/7. But it's actually in Spencer and Olivia's personality to be, obsessed with each other, you know? Spencer is as equally obsessed with Olivia as she is with him, you know what I mean? It's not like he just wants to be around Olivia all the time and she doesn't want to be around him. You know what I mean? So it's that's just a nature of their relationship. That doesn't then mean that they're fake married. So I was just annoyed at that comment because, like, if anyone went from 0 to fake married in 2 seconds, it was John and Layla. And they're actually engaged. So, like, what? Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Because Spencer and Olivia have been very intentional and very slow towards their relationship. And with the emotional depth that they have in their relationship, you figured they would be the ones to be engaged or married, but they're not. So why don't we not do that fake married comment with them? Thank you. I feel like this little recap has been very passionate because I feel like I've been here with them. I've been here with them until like season 3. I've been here understanding, but now I just feel like we need to get some things in order. We need to get some things sorted. There's certain things that we shouldn't be touching on again, you know. And Jordan being jealous still is one of them. And I know we're going to the NFL, so it's like a new major component where we have to see how Jordan's feelings about him and his football dreams compare to Spencer's. But let's not make him villainize Spencer once again in that. Like, let him take it off of his dead dad. Let him take it off of his daddy, Billy. Because really, Billy's the one who gave him the football club in Italy. He has daddy issues, okay? So let's let him go sort that out with Billy. At least Spencer out of it. Spencer has more important things to worry about, aka rediscovering his girl. Okay? Anyway, so this video is kind of long, but I wanted to touch on all the points and I didn't want to make it seem like I was like skipping over anything. But I'm so excited for Olivia to recommit to their domestic era and their I'm obsessed era, because I feel like, and I said this in all of my videos before too, I feel like sometimes in shows we like want to like make couples traumatic for the plot, but genuinely I really don't think they need to do that with Olivia specifically, because you can portray a healthy couple, you know? Like, not all high school sweethearts break up, like and that's true, like it's true, like it's so true, it's so real, you know? So I feel like the fact that they already broke them up in like season 5, like that was already annoying, but it's like, let's not continue to do that again. Because one thing I will not have is my father keep texting my phone telling me Olivia's on the verge of break up again. Like, y'all keep making it seem like that's gonna happen, but they don't need to break up again. They're fine. All they need is to just keep doing what they're doing and talking through whatever is irking them, and they'll be fine. They can survive. Okay? So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys like this video. Don't do too much if you're a Jordan stan. I'm not trying to eat his neck off. I'm just speaking truth and honest. And if you understand where I'm coming from and you see the plot line, you'll be okay to acknowledge that as well. Okay? And I'm not coming for any team. Like, this is all good and fun. Like, the writers ate that. Like clearly they've been doing something to have this show on air for 6 seasons. You know what I mean? Like, this is my show. This is my comfort show. So it's no hate over here. It's all love. But we just talk about the plot. And we're not talking about the actors. Let's remember that. The actors are doing their gig. They're doing their work. Shout out to them. We're just talking about what happens in the episode, okay? We're just doing a little shit talk, okay? So, with that being said, hope to see you guys here. We're going to be doing episode 2. Make no mistake about it. So, see you guys next week for episode 2. And hopefully we have, like, even more Olivia scenes coming up. Because one thing about me, I love at least 3 Olivia scenes per episode. Thank you! Okay, bye guys.
I ain't missing no eggs. I don't need no more stress, 'cause I am in